Hi friends, my name is Ashley and welcome back to the Goose and Ghost Knitting Podcast. This is episode 2. So exciting, so much fun. And I'm coming to you from a fantastically gloomy, overcast, gray, dreary day in Seattle, Washington. Normally that's like the norm here, right? That's the stereotype about Seattle. We haven't had a cloudy day in so long, so it's so nice to look outside. I'm looking at my window right behind the camera here and see gray and know that it's like cooling down. We're getting to fall. So of course, I chucked on a sweater because I haven't been able to in so long. I only have like two or three knit like tops, tank tops, t-shirts. I have a Ruana like cover up type thing, and so like being able to jump back into cozy sweaters, chef's kiss, yes, beautiful, love it. So I'm wearing a sweater today that I don't actually get to wear a whole lot, and I'm really excited that I'm wearing it today because it's delicious, it's lovely. Maybe I don't need to be wearing it because it is a worsted weight sweater and it's still like probably 65 degrees outside, but we're gonna roll with it because I'm gonna get away with it. We're gonna crank up the AC in my apartment just a little bit more and say it's fine. So this is the, what's it called? Cable Crush hoodie by Knititude. It has these lovely bat wings, drop shoulder bottom up, and then the sleeves are all 1x1 rib, and then it has a hood that fits over my bun. Fantastic, lovely. So it's really cozy, it's really warm. I knit this out of a Knit Crate yarn, which I don't subscribe to Knit Crate anymore, but I bought a bunch of stuff from them a while back. When I was subscribed, they have like a clearance out sale. So this is the Vitalana Ambient Worsted. I believe the color is Titian. It is no longer available. You can't buy it unless somebody's destashing. I'm sorry about the background noise. I live in a very industrial area, and so of course I tried to find a time when there would be noise, but there's always trucks coming in and out, so that's going to be unavoidable. But it seems like, you know, the welding and the grinding is stopping for now. Anyways, sweater, love it, very cozy. I did lengthen it quite a bit. It is supposed to be cropped, and my torso is extremely long, like super long. It'll just so it originally it was originally supposed to be like right here, which that's above my belly button's right here. And I just don't like, if I want a big cozy sweater, I want it to be full length. I want it to be, you know, all the way. So here you can see, let me kind of, this is like a weird angle. You can kind of see how you start knitting and then you increase and you stop increasing, and then bind off around there. But I knit this in January and I haven't gotten to wear it a whole bunch since, but I'm wearing it today. Kick off the fall season, you know, it's August 26th. Let's pretend that it's fall now. Why not? And you'll see from my acquisition, my only acquisition later. I'm embracing the fall. Let's go. So, should we start with some FOs? Let's get going, yeah. I have 2 FOs today. And we'll start with the most exciting one. These are my Green Lake socks. So, I designed these and they're releasing today. I don't know if I'm putting this up on Friday or if I'm putting it up on Saturday, but I'm filming it on Friday and they're out today. So let's take a quick a little closer. Look here. So these, on one side only, it has a lace pattern down the side. Hide my face so it really focuses and you can really see it there. It goes all the way down. I used a shadow wrap heel. There is instructions in the pattern for both a short row heel and a heel flap and gusset. And you can do whichever heel you're comfortable with, whatever toe you're comfortable with. This is what I'm comfortable with. It's what makes me happy. So I encourage all of you to do the same in your own socks. Sub out whatever heel and toe makes you happy. And then the lace goes all the way down the side, and it's mirrored on the other sock. So the outside, so right foot, left foot, the outside has the fun lace pattern. And I knit this main color here. This is Yarnacious's Salta Fingering in City Lights, and Maggie is one of my absolute favorite dyers. And then the toe here was a Sorella Oopsie. So unfortunately that's not available, but the neon really felt like it was appropriate. So this is available now, and I will leave links down below. You can go pick up the pattern on Ravelry and Etsy. And if you are watching this video before Wednesday, August 31st, there's a 15% off discount on both websites, and you can use the coupon code right here, GreenLake15, to get 15% off. And I would be so appreciative if you would share the pattern with somebody. I mean, if you want to gift it to somebody too, that'd be amazing. But the biggest thing for me is if you go into Ravelry, go into Etsy, whichever one you want, both if you want, go and give it a favorite. If you don't know, Ravelry's algorithm, Etsy's too, prioritizes the most on favorites. It doesn't prioritize on cast-ons or projects or anything, or in queue. It prioritizes favorites. So the more favorites something has, the more that it gets pushed up and the more people will be able to see it. So please go give it a favorite. Please go check out the pattern. Go purchase the pattern. Use the coupon code GreenLake15 until August 31st. And if you're watching this video after August 31st, I'm sorry, but patience. I will have another coupon code coming up at the end of September for my 1-year design anniversary. Anyways, so Green Lake socks are now available. Go check them out. Hey, editing Ashley here. I'm popping in here on my phone. Can you see how bad my hand is shaking? I'm so sorry. Popping in here to say, I can't believe I forgot to tell you, but I'm gonna do a giveaway for a copy of the Green Lake Socks pattern. All you have to do is leave a comment down below and be subscribed, and I will be giving away 1 copy of the pattern to somebody who does that in the next episode. So you have 2 weeks. I believe the next episode will be September, whatever that, not the first weekend of September. September, I'll say 9th. I believe that's when I'll be filming my next podcast. And then I will be picking somebody to win a copy of the Green Lake socks, or if you've already purchased a copy of the pattern, you can pick another one of my patterns. But go and leave a comment and subscribe, and I will be so happy to share a copy of the pattern with you. Thanks guys, and just pop back into the video now. The other whip I have, or FO that I have, is actually something that I did not have last week. This was a like 1.5 to 2 hour project. I got in a weird mood last week where I just needed some short, satisfying projects. Like I just needed to knock something out and just get something out of the way. So I rummaged through my stash and I found this like half ball of white tweed. Excuse me. And I made a granny handkerchief, bandana type thing. This is the Granny Triangle Bandana by Lisa Farrell. You can see here, it's literally just granny stripes all the way up. And this yarn is Hobby Tweed Delight. I believe it's just the white color. So it was super easy, free pattern. Of course, I will have it linked down below. And I think it's gonna be cute. I don't know, it's not gonna look great with, you know, my bun. But no, we're not even, no. Not the vibe for today. But this was super fun to make. I might, at some point, just make a full shawl out of granny stripes because I enjoyed this so much. It was so easy, so mindless. And I think it'll be great for scraps. And I don't know if any of my friends will wear bandanas like this, but Merry Christmas, you might be getting some because it was a great stash buster, satisfying, don't need to think about it project. So that's all I have for FOs. Excuse my couch. It is leather and it's making delightful noises. That's all I have for FOs, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4.5 whips. And the half is, we'll get to it. I'll explain at the end. So we'll start with, I have my notes here. We're just gonna go down the list. We'll start with my Granny Knocks Your Socks Off by Emily Crow. On the last episode, I just had the first, we'll do this side. Just had the first sock done. This is what it looks like. You knit and then you pick up and do some crochet granny squares and then finish knitting a vanilla sock, and at the toe you have some granny stripes and a you can choose crochet or knit toe, but I went with the crochet toe because, you know, how often am I gonna do that? I thought it would be fun. So I've got hair on my nose and it is so itchy and I can't figure out where it is coming from, but it's fine. This is where I'm at on my second one. I've gotten through the cuff, granny squares, leg, and heel. And of course I subbed in again my shadow wrap heel for the heel that's in the pattern, the heel flap and gusset. And I'm now like 6 or 7 rows into the leg, or the foot. So I was a tester for this pattern. I was so honored to be picked. It was so much fun. It's just a little bit different than anything else that I've ever made in terms of socks. And you're gonna see here soon, this week I was really just feeling grannies. Granny stripes, granny squares. I have another project with granny squares that I started. So I think I'm feeling it right now. It's a vibe. We'll see. So this is where I'm at. The main color yarn that I've got here, this is Knit Picks Stroll hand painted in the color Celery Seed. This dark blue is Stroll in navy. The bright blue, if it wants to focus, the bright blue is a Katya One United Sock mini, and then the gray is a Yarnaceous Salta Fingering mini as well. that's where we're at on those. And those will be done. I want to finish those by the end of summer sock camp. So by Wednesday. I will finish those by Wednesday. And they will be an FO for the next podcast. Another project that I want to finish by Wednesday, because I want to cast on a new sweater on Thursday, which I totally think I'll be able to finish this. This is my vest project. I don't know how I'm going to hold this up. Let's see here. Ooh. Yeah, this is really cute. Good job, Ashley. So, this is my vest. It looks like a halter top with me holding this up like this, right? So, this is the RQ8 vest by Carissa Lamb. And it just has alternating sections of knit and then alternating cables. And I've got the front done now. This is where I was, this red marker is where I was at the last podcast. So I've gotten quite a bit done. I finished the front. I'm now working on the back. I've gotten a couple inches done on the back. And the back is just going to be knit through. It doesn't have the V-neck shaping like the front does. So let's see if I can hold it up so you can see how much I have to go on the back. The back is going to be a little bit shorter than the front, so I think I go to like right here, and we do some German short rows. And then I have the neck band ribbing and both of the armhole ribbing. And this is all of the yarn that I have left. I'm praying that I can do it. Praying. So, yarn chicken gods, give me strength. Help me through this. Let's get through it. This is the Odin Wools Bloom in the color Forget Me Not. And this was another Knit Crate yarn. Again, working through my back stash of Knit Crate yarns, but this will be finished next week so that I can show you. I have a swatch already for a pattern that I'm going to cast on next week, and I'll show it to you. Not yet, but in a second. So, lovely, lovely, lovely. The more that I'm working on it, the more that I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to wear it. And I'm actually kind of like, excuse me. I'm like actually kind of more excited for it the more that I'm working on it. Where before, like if you heard me in my last episode, I was like, I don't know, I'm not sure. The only thing is, like, I'm really praying that I can block some length in it, because it's short. It's a lot shorter than I would prefer, but it'll be fine. I can figure it out. I will. It'll block. It'll be great. So, next. Remember how I said that I was feeling granny squares? And I needed, that same day that I was working on this, and I just needed some short, satisfying projects to like get me through, but I wanted to cast something on that was new that I wouldn't have to think about. I pulled out my advent calendar from last year, started making some granny squares out of them. So this is, show you the box here, because I've kept it in the box this whole year. I got rid of all of the bags that they came in each day. This is McMullen Fiber Co. It's called Dreaming of a Classic Christmas, a Yarn Advent. And this was, what she did was take the covers of all of the Chiltern classics. I think it's a Penguin Publishing classic books, Chiltern classic books, and based yarns off of those. And I love reading. I love books. And McMullen Fiber Co. is definitely one of my favorite yarn dyers. So I was, hell yes, I was gonna pick it up. So at the time, I was like not sure last December what I was gonna do with it. And so I just held on to it and held on to it and held on to it. And I didn't do anything with it until now. And I'm so sad about that because I'm loving it. And the colors are beautiful. So let's go through. Do I have, I have the tags here of some of the colors that I've used. One, two, oh yeah, I've only used 3 colors so far. So everything is surrounded by this, which is Knit Picks, not Stroll, Hawthorne Bear. I just wanted a neutral one. And then I did Granny Circles. And I will have the YouTube tutorial that I used for this linked down below. I did not use a pattern. I used a YouTube tutorial. She has a pattern, but it kept showing up as a YouTube tutorial instead. So I will link it down below. So this was the first color I did. This is the Tenant of Wildfell Hall. Super beautiful, like mustard and tan and brown. And I have 2 of those. Here's the other one. I love how it worked out. And all of these are 80-20, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, approximately 90 yards, 25 grams. I only have one of these ones so far, but this is Frankenstein. Love it. And this one, this is the last color that I've done. This is a Christmas Carol. Super pretty. So I'm gonna start working through these. I have one other color wound up right now. What color is it? A Tale of Two Cities. Oh, I have 2 more colors wound up right now. This is A Tale of Two Cities, and I think this one is Moby Dick. Moby Dick. And this one is like, you know I'm from Seattle. I'm about to pop this off. We've got my Seahawks yarn here. And I am not a football fan, but it permeates into everything in the city. So I'm much more of a hockey fan. Huge hockey fan, huge Kraken fan. But let me show you some of these that I'm excited to work with. Pretty, pretty. This is Little Women. This is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Can you believe this one? Fantastic. Dracula. The Secret Garden. I love this one. I want a full skein of this one so bad. I wish she would have done like a couple of them in full skeins. I'll just do one more. And this is Treasure Island. So again, all of these are based off of the covers of the Chiltern Classics. They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Like, I'll just hold up a couple. I won't go into them. I'm so excited to keep going with these. I'm just gonna do like a couple a week. I'm not gonna put any pressure on myself for them. But I don't know what I'm gonna do with granny squares when they're done too. If I'm gonna do a blanket, or I was thinking about a cardigan, but I feel like the cardigans are gonna go in and out of style. The granny square cardigans are gonna go in and out of style, but a granny square blanket is cool, it's classic. Everybody has them, like, it'll last forever. But will a granny square cardigan? I'm not sure. leave a comment down below. Let me know. I can actually probably have enough yarn to do both. I did, so I did 2 of the ones with the Christmas Carol, and I have this much left still. Like, that still looks like a full mini skein to me. I think when I weighed this out, this was still like 21 grams. So yeah, a full mini skein still. So I can probably get through a bunch with these. But I want to move on to some of the other colors. I don't want to just do a Christmas Carol. So I need to learn my lesson because I am now 2 for 2 in having my camera die midway through recording an episode. So once I'm done filming today, I'm gonna go and immediately plug my camera back into its charger, and so it'll be ready for my next episode. Or if my boyfriend wants to go take pictures with his camera, you know, because I'm borrowing my boyfriend's camera to film these episodes. But anyways, while I was waiting, I just decided to waiting for the camera to charge, I decided to work on another square. So about, you can see, I've got the first corner here of the last round. But this is A Tale of Two Cities. Super pretty, very moody. So yeah, oh, and I'm doing all of this on a 3.5 millimeter hook. So let me know down below what you would do with the squares. I'm realizing now that y'all are gonna think that I'm a lot more of a crocheter than I am. I'm really not. I do a lot more knitting than I do crochet, but I currently have 3 crochet projects in this episode, so it's fine. I just do it like it's a palette cleanser craft for me. It's a good thing to like get my mind off of knitting. But okay, so for my last 1.5 whips, I have swatches. So I told you guys in my last episode that I was going to show you my cardigan that I'm designing, but I've decided that I'm going to wait until the full back panel is done before I show it to you guys, which again, I'm hoping will be before next weekend. I'm really like hoping to knock out a lot of stuff before next weekend, but I'm going to show you guys the swatch for it. So you guys can get a little bit of a sneak peek, but I'm going to wait to show you the whole thing until the back panel is done, which will be in the next episode. Knock on wood. It will be in the next episode. 2 weeks from now? Yeah. I have 1.5 repeats left. So it'll be soon. It's almost done. So here is the swatch. Can you see where I got my inspiration from? So, very much inspired by log cabin quilts and the making a jacket out of quilts trend that's going around right now. And like everybody's picking up sewing. All of the knitting podcasts I'm watching, so many of them are picking up sewing. And spoiler alert on my acquisition, I'm trying to too, but I don't have a sewing machine. So knitting is going to be the way that I'm going to get to that accessibly. So here's my swatch. I will show you the full back panel in the next episode. Thank you for your patience. The other swatch that I have is the project that I keep talking about that I want to cast on next week. So At the beginning of the year, I was so fortunate, so lucky, so blessed to be one of the testers for Laura Penrose of the Knitting Pickle podcast. Her souffle, I believe it was the souffle tea, was the first one, which was the one that I was fortunate enough to test, and I love it. It is one of my favorite garments that I've ever knit. Next week, she is coming out with the Chunky Souffle. So I swatched. I knit this out of Lion Brand Hue Me. And I wanted to swatch before I ordered my yarn because I wanted to make sure that this would get gauge. And so I think the gauge was, for the pattern, is 11 stitches by 17 rows. And I got 11 stitches by 16 plus a little bit more rows. So I'll call that gauge. So I ordered the yarn. This was just a Hue Me scrap that I had in my stash. I don't know what color this is. It's the dark emeraldy green, but I ordered the color Artichoke, so it'll be like a light minty green, and that's what I'm casting on immediately once the pattern comes out on Thursday. So excuse me, when the pattern comes out on Thursday, the yarn is not here yet. I placed an Joann's order on Tuesday, I think earlier this week. And I ordered the yarn for this. I needed some new tapestry needles because all of mine are disappearing. I don't lose stitch markers, I lose tapestry needles. All of mine have gone missing except for one, which is great. And I ordered some fabric. So all of they all shipped separately, one at a time. And I ordered all 3 of those things because I wanted to hit the free shipping mark. But of course they sent all of them in 3 separate packages, and the tapestry needles and the fabric got here yesterday, and the yarn is gonna get here on Tuesday. I hate so much when companies do that, like with a burning passion, that they sent everything separately. Whatever, at least this now it means that I have something to show you guys because I can show you the fabric that I bought. But it really annoys me that I ordered 3 things because I wanted to get free shipping, and they sent it in 3 different packages. I don't know. Whatever. So I'll be casting this on immediately once it comes out. So that's why I want to finish this vest so I can cast this on. I generally only really like to have one garment on my needles at a time. I'm making an exception for my cardigan and the vest, and once the vest is done, the Chunky Souffle, because the cardigan's my own design, and it's not like, it's my own design, so I'm making an exception for that. So I want to finish that vest before Thursday so I can cast this on, and I'm really excited to cast it on. So that's all I have for knitting and crocheting today. Let me show you the fabric that came in. So I told you earlier that I love fall. I love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday. Huge. I love spooky. I love campy spooky. I love spooky spooky. Creepy. I don't like spiders. So I was going to say I like creepy crawlies. I don't like creepy crawlies. spiders. I hate spiders. It is genuinely one of my biggest fears. So, and I love Disney. I told you in the last episode how much I love Disney. I actually ordered some yarn last week that has to do with Disney, and stitch markers that have to do with Disney, and both of those will be here soon, I hope. So we'll have more acquisitions coming up, and I'll tell you about some more stuff that I'm buying this weekend in a second too. Thanks, all of the yarn dyers. But okay, love Halloween, love Disney. Next month, I'm going to Disneyland for one day. One day. I have to take, for my family's business, there's a trip to San Diego that happens every year, and I'm going on it this year to help out my family's business. And then the day after all of the business stuff ends, we're gonna drive to Disneyland and do a day. So I am so excited. So my mom has a sewing machine. Let me just show you the fabric first. So it's Mickey Halloween treats. I love it. And Minnie. It's Minnie in the purple. So cute. So, what am I going to do with this? I have 2 yards of it, because that's the minimum that you can buy on the Joann website. I really don't need 2 yards of it. I probably only needed about 1 yard. My mom has a sewing machine. My mom also lives like 100 miles away from me. But I've told my mom several times now I really want to learn how to sew. So we're gonna make a project bag. She's gonna show me how to use a sewing machine and make a project bag, and this is gonna be my first endeavor. I mean, I've sewn things before, but this will be like my first serious endeavor into sewing. And then once I figure things out, I'm gonna buy some fabric to make some dresses, and then go over to hers for a weekend and make some dresses. I really want to make the Hinterland dress by Sew Liberated, and then like some of those like tiered dresses. I'm really excited for that. So yeah, I'm gonna fall into that trap. It'll be great. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. It's just something new for me to get obsessed with. And then eventually, I'm probably gonna buy my own sewing machine. So we'll see. I'm gonna use my mom's for a little bit before I figure out what I want to do. So that's all I have in terms of acquisitions. I'm gonna buy some yarn. I told you I bought some Disney fall yarn last week. It was a pre-order from Fangirl Fibers, and I believe that this weekend she has the pre-order back open, so I'll link that down below. Highly recommend. I bought the orange one that's called Boo to You, and some Mickey and Friends Halloween stitch markers. So those will be here soon, I hope. I hope they're here before my trip. I haven't decided if that's the yarn that I want to bring for my trip, or if it's the Sorella Disneyland yarn I want to bring. I haven't decided. We'll see. I think I'm leaning towards Sorella right now. I may change my mind. I probably will change my mind. I'm going to flip back and forth. I know that I will. But speaking of Sorella, the pre-order for the Autumn in New York collection opens tonight, and I am so excited for it. This collection might be my favorite one, just in terms of color story that they've ever done. I have plans right now to only get 2 colorways just because my budget's limiting, but I want like 7. They did such a fantastic job. But I did sit down, like, I came up like beginning of the year. It wasn't really a New Year's resolution, but it was something that I was determined to do, is that I'm only gonna buy yarn if I have a project in mind for it. So I had to sit down and figure out what projects I wanted to do with the yarn that I'd ordered, what I'm going to order. And I'm going to do a colorwork sweater and a ranunculus, and I'll share more about those when the yarn comes in and I start working on them. And then the Explorer Knits Ireland collection reopens this weekend, and I'm gonna get one colorway to do a vest, and it's gonna be like a full length. I'm gonna actually buy the proper amount of yarn this time, so it's gonna be a full length vest. So are you guys picking up anything from those two? Or there's the Woolberry Fiber Co., the Mezzo Makes, I think Treehouse Knits, all have collections that open this weekend, and it's like, you guys, our wallets can't take it. This is so much, and they're all so beautiful. So I'm really like holding it together, standing strong. Like, I'm only gonna buy these 3, 2 from Sorello, 1 from Explorer Knits, but it's so hard. There's so many from both collections that I wanted. So let me know what you're gonna pick up down below. I really want to hear. And let me know if there's anything that you're excited for right now. I'm really excited to cast on my Chunky Souffle, and next weekend my family is going on, I'm gonna call it a camping trip. It is not a camping trip. It used to be when we were younger, but it's my whole extended family. We go every Labor Day weekend. We go camping. But my grandparents are getting older and they're fairly elderly now, and they can't camp anymore. So we rented some houses all close together. And my family is huge. Like, there will probably be 50 or 60 people all there this weekend. It's going to be so exciting. So I'm really excited for that. And we're all going to go hang out on the beach out on the Washington Peninsula. And it's fantastic. I look forward to this every year. And this has always been like the marker to me that summer's over, is this camping trip. I call it a camping trip just because that's what we have always called it. And I always call it by the location that we have gone most of my life, most from where my great-grandparents started. But a couple years ago, that camping place got torn down, and that's kind of when we started staying in houses. Was when the campground got torn down and turned into a parking lot. Thanks Washington State. Very considerate of you. So that was upsetting, but we always call it either the camping trip or Point No Point, which is the original location. We've moved around a bunch of places since then, but it's always been on a beach on the peninsula. And this year we're actually going back to a beach that is very close to our original spot. So I'm really excited. It's very special, very special. So let me know what you're excited for, because that's definitely my exciting thing right now. So I think that's all I have for today. So we will pick up the Green Lake socks. Link down below to Etsy and Ravelry. Remember to give it a favorite. Thank you very much in advance. Comment down below. Tell me what you're excited for. Give this video a like. Subscribe if you want to see the next episode 2 weeks from now. And if you want to see the cardigan design in the next episode too. I'm really excited to share that with you too. I just want to get a little bit closer to being done. So you can get the vision. you can see what I'm thinking. But yeah, that's all I've got. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!